Welcome back. Today, we are tackling a mystery that should be impossible according to every economic textbook. On paper, Beijing is boasting about record breaking trade surpluses, literally over $1 trillion flowing into the country. But on the ground, China is broke. Local governments are effectively insolvent. Public servants are seeing their paychecks dry up. The CCP is telling the nation to prepare for better days. So, if the cash is flowing in, why is the vault empty? Well, we aren't looking at rumors today. We are looking at the CCP's own official cooked ledgers. And even through the propaganda, the math tells a story of a regime that has officially hit a financial wall. For years, the CCP treated a 3% deficit to GDP ratio as a sacred line, a sign to the world that their growth was stable. Well, that mask just slipped. In 2023, the deficit hit 3.8 trillion RMB. By 2024, it climbed over 4 trillion. And today, looking at the 2025 forecast, they are staring down a massive 5.6 trillion RMB hole. That is a 4% deficit, a historical high. But here's the kicker. That is only what they are admitting to. It doesn't include the shadow debt or the mountain of toxic loans held by local governments. When you factor in the real numbers, we aren't just looking at a budget gap, we are looking at systematic insolvency. The CCP does not create wealth, it extracts it. They have four main cash cows, and today, every single one of them is dying. The first one is the tax revenue. With the private sector in a coma, the tax base is vanishing. And their solution? A government led shakedown. They are slapping businesses with predatory fines just to keep the lights on. Two, the property bubble. For decades, selling land was their ATM. Now that now that the market has imploded, the ATM is out of order. And number three, the state-owned zombies. These companies aren't turning a profit. They are just shuffling debt between pockets. And number four, the Social Security heist. This is the most cynical part. They are now repurposing the people's pension funds to bail out the failing stock market. They are gambling with your retirement to save their own skin. It's not just the state. The Chinese people are being crushed. Total macro debt is now nearly 300% of GDP. But the real bomb is the household debt to income ratio, which has hit 144%. Think about that. That is significantly higher than what we see in the US or the Japan or the EU. The Chinese middle class is tapped out. They aren't spending because they are drowning in debt for apartments that are losing value every day. The social contract, prosperity in exchange for silence, is officially broken. So you have to ask, where did the money go? Today, we look to Peter Navarro for the answer. As a brother in arms to the whistleblower movement and a man who has sounded the alarm for decades, Dr. Navarro calls this what it is: a giant Ponzi scheme. The wealth is disappearing into three main black holes. What are they? Elite wealth transfer. The deficit belongs to the 1.4 billion people. That's on the book. But the surplus has been laundered into offshore accounts and luxury real estate in the West for the CCP elites. Number two is the Belt and Road Laundromat, using foreign aid to fund ghost projects overseas, ensuring the money ends up back in private party pockets. Number three is the surveillance state. They spend more on stability maintenance, spying on their own citizens, than they do on their actual military. Your pension isn't gone. It's being used to pay for the camera that's watching you right now. If you want proof, just look at the anti-corruption documentaries Beijing is pumping out. They show officials with mountains of cash hiding in their walls, but don't be fooled. Those films aren't about justice. They are a public display of the looting. It's the CCP families fighting over the scraps of a dying system. So, the answer? The money hasn't disappeared. It has been stolen. All right, so today we showed you the math. Next time, we are following the money trail to show you exactly how your life savings became a CCP official's private jet in Zurich. Stay tuned. The truth is coming out. Thanks for watching.